Ahoy, shipmates! Just looking at the weather there, it's windy. I noticed when I was been out today that I've luckily just managed to get back in time. You wouldn't believe the number of times I get back just in time. Well, about half an hour today. Half an hour, so enough time to set up for a live stream, but you never know. Especially with the traffic. Traffic has been quite busy this Sunday.
BTS, Red Osprey, shortly departing Royal Fifth Cows.
Well, as you can see, it's a little drafty out there.
Red Osprey, BTS, afternoon to you, that's all copy, thank you. Coral Methane, just passing Dock Edge, outward bound.
Good afternoon, that's all copy, thank you.
There's the Coral Methane. She's the...
BTS, Coral Methane, Western Southbound.
Coral Methane, BTS, all received, thank you.
Coral Methane is the bunkering vessel for Arvia and Iona. She's been in port. She's obviously topped them up.
BTS, Norwegian Prima, just about to lift off now.
Oh, excellent. Norwegian Prima's on the radio.
Norwegian Prima, BTS, very good afternoon to you, that's all received, thank you.
We have two departures today. We have the Norwegian Prima, and she's just radioed in just a second. She's away, and then after that, we have P&O Arvia. I wonder what visibility is like, because I'm not entirely sure I can see much. Yeah, 22 nautical miles, not 100%, and there's some big black clouds around. I don't know what's going on. If it's going to rain or not, I don't know what the forecast is. I haven't checked. It looks a bit impending. Anyway, only two departures today.
BTS, we're champion.
We're champion, BTS.
BTS, we're champion, all fast, no alongside 23 about there. That's us for today. Next one is the Seven Seas Grandeur tomorrow morning at 102. Should be away around about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
We're champion, BTS, that's all copy, thank you. Good evening to you all, speak to you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, good watch to you.
Yeah, just two departures today. And Norwegian Prima, she was due to depart, I think it was something like 8 o'clock or 7, something quite a bit later. But she's moved to 5 o'clock, which is brilliant, because it means you've got two ships departing right next to each other. Give you some sample pricing here on Norwegian Aqua. In fact, she is off to Reykjavik today. Now, let me just check to make sure. I think it's exactly the same itinerary. Let me just check. No, slightly different itinerary. But anyway, very similar to what she's doing today. In fact, there's Paul sent over one before today. Transatlantic.
There's 6 BTS, that's all copied and cleared to proceed, thank you.
I think I'm going to have to look at some of these transatlantic deals that Paul keeps sending over are very attractive. I'm going to look into that. So far, the only problem I can see is they are transatlantic either on a ship that I would have been on. There's this really good deal on Sky Princess, but that's going to be... I'm going to be on Sky Princess in October for our group cruise. So that seems a bit silly of me to go on the group cruise and then go on the same ship 2 weeks later. So, but it's a really good deal. So I'm thinking about that one. But also I've noticed that there is one here on Prima Transatlantic, which also looks equally a pretty snappy deal. But again, I've been on Norwegian at the beginning of the year, so I need a bit of ship variety in my life. You know, don't call me greedy, but I like to sail different types of ships. Anyway, today let's have a look at some of these pricing here. So this is Reykjavik, Belfast, and Paris. Calls at Le Havre, Belfast, and then Reykjavik, Iceland, overnight. Oh, lovely. Then Ilseford.
6 BTS, all copied and yeah.
Ilseford in Iceland, Akura in Iceland, Garanger in Norway, Bergen in Norway, and then Stavanger in Norway, then back to the port of Southampton. 14 nights, that's in September, starting from 1648 for an inside. Oh, can I see something? I think I can see something coming on the side of our picture. I didn't hear. The radio's been a bit patchy this evening. I think the weather's blowing the sound away. Oh, yeah, if you look on the map, that is, I believe. There we go. There's Norwegian Prima. She is. So the question is she going to the upper swing ground or to the lower swing ground? Middle swing ground, I mean. So I didn't hear on the radio what the answer was. So I don't know. My guess is as good as yours. I'm going to suggest that she's coming to the middle swing ground. That's going to be my guess. Anyway, so that's an example pricing on Norwegian Prima. And this is the other one that I think is quite attractive. Southampton departs. And then Dead Sea, Belfast in Northern Ireland. Then Cove in Ireland. Then 5 days at sea, Halifax, Nova Scotia, day at sea, then arriving in New York. I do like arriving in New York. And also, I've noticed, £250 airfare credit. And that's from 746 per person. Last time I flew back from Boston, and I think it cost about £250 a person. I'm trying to think what the price was. Yeah, read about that. So I would think that's probably more or less going to cover the majority of your airfare at £250. Norwegian Prima today. What else have we got here? Norwegian Star. Today, let's cover up Norwegian Prima's itinerary today, shall we, before we get carried away. Norwegian Prima, she's off on a 11-day one-way from Southampton to Reykjavik. She's pretty much doing this all summer. So she goes one way up to Reykjavik and then one way back from Reykjavik back to Southampton, popping in at the fields along the way. She does that, sort of alternates that throughout the summer months. So today she is parting the port of Southampton, calling in at Zeebrugge for Bruges in Belgium. Then after that, Amsterdam. Excellent. With Amsterdam, you can get right into the port of Amsterdam, so that's a great destination. Then calling in at Bergen in Norway, Garringer in Norway, Alsund in Norway, and then heading on up to Iceland, Akurey in Iceland, Ilsford in Iceland, then Reykjavik in Iceland. Looks like you get 2 days. Looks like you get an overnight in Reykjavik. Fantastic. I'm just noticing that the times. Right, let's get this camera moving. Little problems with box cams. We've been uncooperative lately. Oh, here we go. There we go. There we go. Getting a good old picture here of the stern. I think she's coming to the middle swing ground. Ahoy there, shipmates in the chat. Plenty of shipmates in the chat. Ahoy there, Steve Mack. He was first in. Well done, Steve Mack. Makes a change. Normally he's late, Steve Mack is. Ahoy there, Elizabeth G. Ahoy there, Georgina Stevenson. Ahoy there, Pam Wolf. Ahoy there, Edward Coates. Ahoy there, Deborah Speller. Oh, there, Barbara from Switzerland. And I think I've covered your basics there. And like I say, it's very windy. I'm surprised that we didn't have tugs, considering we've got gusting here up to 26 knots. Haven't heard any horns as yet. Well, it wouldn't anyway. Probably just blow the horn noise away. Norwegian Prima, she's 20... built in 2022, she's 3 years old. Has capacity for anywhere from 3,200 to just under 4,000 passengers. My bets are that she's probably going to be somewhere in the region of 3,400 passengers. Most of the ships, so for the last couple of weeks, have all been departing pretty full. And she's got 1388 crew, so we'll have a... Hopefully we'll hear some numbers on the radio if we haven't already heard them. She has a number of sister ships, in fact. So I can lend my experience here. You've been sister ships are the Norwegian Viva, the Norwegian Luna, and the Norwegian Aqua. And I've been on the Norwegian Aqua. And I think there's 2 new sister ships coming next year and the year after. We don't know the names of those yet. So I've been on the Norwegian Aqua, and I will have to report, unfortunately, that the slides that you can see here down the side, they're actually dry slides, so they're not water slides. And I have to report that they do not, in fact, go to the buffet. This is a misinformation on my behalf there. They do, in fact, go down to the sort of, what do they call it, the street food grill area. I can't remember the proper name for it now, which was quite good. I quite enjoyed the street food grill area. You can order things on a tablet that's in front of you, and they come round and deliver the food for you. I think it was 3 or 4, 5 or 6 different cuisines, and it was quite a lot of small portions, which is great because you could have a real smorgasbord of things to nibble. Now, the Norwegian Aqua, they changed the design at the top, and they've put different things on top of the ship, whereas I believe Norwegian Prima here has a go-kart track on the top. I'm rather looking forward to having a little go on the go-kart track. Oh, there is a tug. Ah, see, I did wonder if there might be a bit of tug assistance. Which tug is that then? I should have just looked, shouldn't I? Wonder why I didn't look. Oh, that's the Svitzer Mercurius there. There you go. She's right on the bow. Looks like she's going to give Aqua a bit of a shove. Sorry, not Aqua. Prima a bit of a shove if required. The Mayflower Park down there is now empty of seaworks. It has gone. In fact, let's have a... Oh, no, that's not how you do it. Well, I've hit the wrong button. There we go. Hit the right button, Captain. You know what you should be doing. There we go. There is the Svitzer Mercurius there. Giving a little nudge to the bow. It's not often we see it done that way. Normally they have a line to the bow or the stern and they pull and tug away. But yeah, there you go. She's right there nudging against it.
That's what we see, sir. Thank you.
Looks like that was enough to do the job. I quite like the graphics down the sides of the Norwegian ships. They've all got different graphics by different artists. Quite interesting. If you go... I think if you go somewhere in the ship, I can't remember now. There's a whole. They have lots of examples of the different ones they were going to have on the ship. There we go. We can see the azipods on the stern working hard. Oh, there should make apples. Oh yes, Norwegian Luna set to debut in April 2026. Luna will be Aqua's twin sister. Yeah, that's right. We've got Luna, and there's another one after that as well. One in 2027. Another one. Were there Raymond Morris? Oh, were there Shepherd Book? Well, the shipmate Tony Ellis says, what location do the pilots generally disembark the ships upon departure? Well, the shipmate Megan, welcome aboard shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. The pilots disembark towards the Nab anchorage. That's over Portsmouth direction. If the ship is heading that way, of course. Which way is Norwegian spinning? Ah, it's going clockwise. Yeah, so if the ship is departing to the east, then the pilots will... This is around the Nab anchorage around here. Or is it the Nab anchorage? The Nab tower's about here somewhere. So the pilots get off about here, around near the forts. And if she's departing to the west, the pilots get off here. And then the captain is all on his own to thread the ship through the Needle's Gap. It's very quiet on the radio today. Next away after this is the Arvia. It's just the 2 today. And we only had 3 yesterday. It's like slim pickings on the cruise ships today. Oh, look, looks like we've got a shipmate with a flag over on Arvia. Can't make out what it is though. Wind doesn't help you with flags, does it? You put them over the balcony and it just blows them all over the place. What else?
Southampton VTS, good afternoon. This is the Red Falcon approach from the Hive line inbound. Permission to maintain speed?
Red Falcon VTS, that's all copied and clear to proceed. Prima, she's just swinging in the middle, swinging ground now.
The Norwegian Star, here goes another cruise for you in September for 11 nights. Reasonably interesting. itinerary there, probably like Eastern Baltic state itinerary. I think maybe we'll call it Helsinki, Copenhagen. Of course, in Gothenburg in Sweden, Nyasham in Sweden, Tallinn in Estonia, Helsinki in Finland, Copenhagen in Denmark, Judmeden in the Netherlands, and then back to Southampton. You were down in Mayflower Park today, you'd be getting a stunning view. Oh, looks like the tug. I'm curious back to give a hand, I think. Gentle bit of shoving on the starboard side there, on the port side of me.
And then Captain Cowles, BTS, that's all received, thank you.
Well, the shipmate Rob999, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. You can really see the graphics on the front there, can't you? Not only they're on the hull, they're also right up the bow as well. There's the bridge at the top, and that's where they'll be driving the ship from. Oh, and you can see the slide going down the side there. It's got a little clear section. Curious ready in case of another shove required. Shipmate Nicholas Abbott said, "Looks like Plymouth Argyle football team." Gosh, that was a quick observation. I'll have a look in a second again.
Torino, BTS, that's all copied, thank you, and copied your conversation there with the San Marlo. The Arrow also coming across the new ground. She's got a 1730 Portsmouth pilot in for Portsmouth at pilot boarding station Echo.
There you go. See, just on the edge of ferry camp. A little bit quieter today. I suspect tomorrow we'll be fairly busy at the ferry terminal with all of the revellers from the Isle of Wight festival returning. Here we go. If someone can help identify this flag. I have absolutely no idea. I think a football flag looks highly likely. I'm not very good with my football flags. I shall leave it to experienced shipmates in the chat to identify that one.
BTS, Red Jet 6, shortly away from Town Quay for Cowles, please.
Dockheads, inward bound. And the Norwegian Prima, she's just completing her swing now, middle swinging round, and proceed now.
Shipmate.
Apologies, VTS, but was that directed for myself, Red Jet 6?
6 VTS, yeah, affirmative. Red Falcon, dockhead, inward bound. Norwegian Prima just running down to pier head now.
That's all copied, thanks very much. It was the first few seconds of your transmission was cut off before.
All received, thank you.
Shipmate Captain Black.
Yes, the Arvia.
Oh, the Arvia is calling in now.
Arvia VTS, very good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening to you, Portside 246. 8.7 the draft, I'll get figures when I have them. La Coruña, I think. And we should be letting go lines at past, and we'll depart once the Norwegian's cleared.
Arvia VTS, that's all copied, thank you. Norwegian Prima just running down to pier head now.
Thank you.
There we go. So the Arvia is pretty much going to depart immediately once the Prima passes by. There she is. Let's have a look. Any shipmates up on the top there? Yeah, there's quite a few.
Titilo M VTS, go ahead.
Looks like Newcastle United flag. Is that the second Newcastle United flag? Yeah, a couple of people saying Newcastle United. Seems likely to me. I don't know.
Titilo M VTS, that's affirmative. If you can anchor your vessel to the west of nav anchorage number 5. To the west of nav anchorage number 5. Over. Titilo MVTS, if you call me back, sir.
Oh, look, you can see the people on the go-karts.
And we will just confirm your position.
Oh, shush. I don't know if you saw that. You can see the people on the go-karts going down the ramp. just underneath the NCL name. They're whizzing along. Look at that. I've not seen that before. I was rather looking forward to whizzing around on the go-karts. I don't know how much it costs. I would imagine it's a pay for additional. If anyone's been on it, let us know in the chat if you've been on the go-karts on one of the Norwegian ships. Let me know if they're fun, which I'm sure they are, and if they're a cost option, which I'm sure they are as well. Excellent. And this is the dry slide here, which doesn't quite take you down to the buffet, but does take you down to the sort of street food area that's at the stern of the ship. It's got a little transparent section in it as well. Yeah, you can just see a little transparent section there in the middle of the screen.
Norwegian Prima BTS, yeah, affirmative, good to go.
3314 passengers, 1446 crew, 4760 total.
Norwegian Prima BTS, that's all copied. Passengers 3314, crew 1446 with a total of 4760.
BTS, Arvia, got figures as well.
Arvia BTS, affirmative, good to go.
Okay, crew is 1676. Passengers 5615. Total 7291 plus me.
Arvia BTS, that's all received, thank you. Passengers 5615, crew 1676, total of 7291 plus yourself.
That's correct, thank you.
There we go. As I said, I thought perhaps it would be somewhere in the region of 3,400 passengers for Prima. And there you go. That's 3,314 and 1,446 crew. So you're slightly over on the crew. And somewhere between maximum double occupancy and maximum occupancy. Also, the Prima ships have got a bit of a swept back bow, which is quite a distinctive feature. I do quite like the whole colour graphics. They does make the ship look a bit different rather than just being a bland white ship. I know it's not to everyone's tastes, but I quite enjoy them. We also got figures for Arvia as well. For Arvia at 5615 passengers, 1676 crew. And I suspect that makes her slightly over double occupancy from memory. Yes, she's somewhere between double occupancy and maximum occupancy. There's the Svitzer Mercurius. I'm not sure if we're going to get a tug on Arvia. I wonder if we get a tug on Arvia as well today. I wouldn't be surprised. I could say it is gusting quite a lot out there. No.
Solent Ships, Mercurius.
Mercurius BTS, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. All finished on the Norwegian Prima back to 45.
Mercurius BTS, that's all copied, thank you. Just be aware the Arvia should be going to the station shortly once her alignment are there.
Yeah, that's all copied. We'll keep an eye on it, thanks.
There we go. Not sure which to look now. I've got ships all over the place. Let's have a look at the lines on Arvia. Don't think she's taking her lines in just yet. There are Arvia's lines there. Yet they're all still attached. She hasn't quite singled up. I think she's pretty much ready to go though as soon as the Prima heads on down Southampton water. Oh, something's out of control here. There we go. Oh, got it all back and working.
Apologies, Ocean Calling VTS. Arvia VTS, that's all copied, thank you.
Yeah, still indeed. Look at those flags out there. Yeah.
Arvia, Mercurius now, we'll wait for you to get out and then we'll come on in.
The tug's going to wait for Arvia to come out. There's the Mercurius there. I think I can hear some music. I think that's probably coming from Prima. I'll put the outside microphone on and see if you can hear it. It's a bit faint. No horns yet today. Hoping that Arvia will at least give us a honk.
Auto star VTS, that's all received, thank you.
I can definitely hear it blowing around out there.
Call me saying VTS, that's all received, thank you.
I can see the water's quite choppy as well. Not sure I'd want to be out on a small sailboat today. Probably just a little bit unpleasant out there. And there's the Mercurius holding stations there. Well, shipmate Hammer says, have a flag ready for Friday, departure on Arcadia. Excellent, we'll look out for that. He's not, they're not letting us know what the flag is, which is great, because I do like to try a little challenge and try to identify the flags. I'm going to have a little look round Iona. Perhaps we'll see if we can see some more flags. Just as the Prima passes the dock head there. Should get a view of her from the side on this camera. Oh, there we go. A little early there. Maybe I'll zoom in a touch. There we go. You get a much better view of the distinctive bow there on Norwegian Prima. So I'll put up some. This is a very similar cruise to what she's doing today. I'll give you some idea on pricing. I can see if you're suggesting it's the Newcastle Football Club flag, I can see that on Iona. I'm going to go quick scan, or Arvia rather, quick scan down the balconies, see if there's any more flags. Can't see any as yet. Potentially I could see another flag, I'm not sure. Could be somebody struggling with the wind, I think. Let's have a look. See if the camera will zoom in. Yes, it looks like someone there's got a flag. Ooh, that's a challenging flag. Oh, my word, that is new. No, I've not seen that before. Wonder what that might be. Initially, I thought it was something else, but I'm not sure what it is now. But look how windy it is. They're struggling to hold that up. Good effort there, shipmates. Very impressed with that. They're giving us the wave as well. Oh, and look, I think you can see there they've folded back the door between the two cabins, so they've got one big balcony. Oh no, I don't know what it is though. I wonder what that is.
Red Osprey VTF, that's all received, thank you.
Perhaps if there's some shipmates in the chat who know what that might be, they could let us know. I shall have a little bit of a further look, see if there's any other flags. Well, that's a good effort though, it's a good flag that one. High visibility, standout. And they're doing a top job holding that up. Yeah, still busy waving down there. Good, good, good. What we'd like to see. Well, the shipmate Daisy Lynn, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. We're just having a look for flags on P&O's Arvia here. We've got a Newcastle Football Club, I think, and then a mystery flag. Raymond Morris suggests Knights of the Round Table. Donna Smith suggests County Durham flag. Stephen Joy says Durham County flag. It looks like it might be Durham. That's a brilliant flag. I like that one. Shipmate Keith Bailey also thinks it's Durham. I'm going to settle on Durham then. Fantastic. I like that one. I've not had a Durham flag before. The Tugs Fitz Mercurius is still waiting. And I'm going to get the other camera down and we can hopefully see the lines on the stern of Arvia. We can see what's going on.
Station calling VTS.
There we go. We can look at the stern of Arvia here. I can still see one line attached.
VTS, go ahead.
With the other camera back to the front. See how the lines are getting on there.
Liska near MVTS, we've got you down for departure tomorrow morning, early hours tomorrow morning, 0015. If you maintain a listening watch on 12 and 09, the pilot will call you on channel 09 a bit later on with all your pilotage information over.
It's like all the lines are still attached there. Don't know if there'll be
All copied, sir. Thank you.
many people out and about on now that Prima's heading down Southampton water. It's a bit windy. Shipmate Robert thinks a stylised Ukrainian flag. I get that. Shipmate Robert Goodrich reckons it's Durham as well. I think we're going to go. Shipmate David Davenport, definitely Durham. Shipmate Sturlo says definitely Durham. Yeah, so it's definitely a lot of Durham. Good. Oh, I've not seen a Durham flag before. That's really good. Really good. This we're getting flags from all round the UK here. As you can see, it's quite a bit cloudier than yesterday and quite a bit cooler. Only 18 degrees C.
Rebel Voyager VTS.
And 87% humidity, though. It does feel a bit muggy, I must say. But the wind, look at that, gusting to 20 knots. Visibility only 20 nautical miles. Now on to Fitz and Mercurius is holding stations just there. Still got the lines on the stern of Arvia and the front of Arvia. Nothing being let go just yet. Oil shipmate to George Emmett says, do I know when the Dutch frigate's going out? No, I don't actually. Shipmate's talking about this Dutch frigate, which is just here. Just on the right of our screens, there's a Dutch frigate, which has a smashing flag right on the bow there. Another very stylised flag. There's great flags going on at the moment. I wonder what the word for someone who likes flags is. Probably a flaganologist or something. No, it's probably got some more complicated name than that. Yeah, see, this is what I mean about these transatlantic crossings. I think good value. 14 nights on Arvia. This is not what Arvia's doing today. She's off to she's off to where's she off to? Spain, I think. Or they're calling it Spain, Mediterranean, Spain and France. That's where she's off to today. But look at this. This is a 14 nights in October. Just that's a pretty good time of year. It's starting in November when the weather's getting really awful. 14 nights on Arvia for £1,050, and that takes you all the way across to Bridgetown, Barbados, and it includes flights back to London. That's a round trip for 1,049 for an inside, 12.99 for a balcony. 14 nights on board. You get to see Tenerife, St. Martin, St. Kitts and St. Nevis, St. Lucia, and Bridgetown in Barbados. An overnight there as well. Oh, there we go. The lines are coming down now. So we've got the lines down on the stern as well. Yep, line on, it's coming down on the stern. There's some very strong hand signals there from the chap on the hatched cover there. So it's great boatsmanship from the chap running Svitzer Mercurius. He's really got that really still there. Quite difficult holding a ship still in strong breezes. And there we are. You can see how the visibility is not so good today as the Norwegian Prima heads down Southampton water there. Just sort of disappearing to a slightly grey hue. We'll watch the lines coming in there on the bottom. There we go. Here come the lines coming in. I'll get ready with the outside microphone, hoping for some horns. If you don't fancy going transatlantic on Arvia, this is probably very similar to what Arvia is doing. Let's have a look. The Coruna, Vigo, Cherbourg. There's only 7 nights. Today Arvia is doing 14 nights. But there you go. That's from May next year. Price is starting at $6.99 per person. Yep, the line is in on the stern. Svitzer Mercurius. Getting closer and closer. Arvia's off on a 14-day round trip to Spain and France, they're calling it La Coruna in Spain, Malaga in Spain, Alicante in Spain, and then Toulon. A bit of hooting there from Arvia. Yep, it's calling in Toulon, French Riviera in Provence. And then back to Barcelona in Spain, Cadiz in Spain, all the way back to the wonderful port of Southampton. Turn the outside microphone off. I think that's probably all the honking we're going to get. Let's see if we can see the people with the Durham flag again. They were doing a jolly fine effort of holding that up. Somebody who should make Elizabeth Leaphorn says some good hoots from Arvia. Yeah, I'd say better hoots from Arvia than we get from Iona. Iona's a little bit stingy on the hooting front. Oh, is that another flag? No, I think that's the Durham flag. They're doing a fantastic job. Now we'll zoom in on now they've gone past the... Hang on, Smiths and Mercurius is still holding stations there. Fantastic. Shipmates from Durham, busy holding their flag there. You can see the wind really blowing us around. Like I say, it shows you that if you're sharing cabins between each other, you can actually open the balconies and have one bigger balcony. It's quite a nice facility, that. There we go. Giving us a wave. Thank you, shipmates. Top job. Great flag. I like the flag. Great colour combination. It's very easy to spot. I have to say, very high contrast design. Almost like a sort of a naval flag. Oh, they're going to really end the party atmosphere down there on that cabin. There you go. Arvia's backing out now into the ocean tunnel. Ocean dock, rather. Well, she'll spin around. Fitz and Mercurius patiently waiting to go back in, have a cup of tea. Well, shipmate Sturlo says cruising in August, got a new flag, ready to. Hopefully, the captain will be covering the weekday sail away. Oh, weekday sail away. Well, if I'm not covering it on the live stream, the cameras are normally running all the time anyway, so you should be able to see something. But I might do a few more during the week. Sometimes it's quite difficult because they tend to leave just as I'm busy working and doing things. I can see lots of shipmates on their balconies. Oh, so there's someone else with a flag there. Might be another flag. Let's have a look. Let me investigate with the power of the zoom lens. Can't tell if it's a flag or if they're just having trouble with their jumper. No, I think someone's just wearing a scarf. Red herring, that one. Well, shipmate Eva, it says, will you be live in July? I'm going on a cruise and I've got my flag ready. Oh, excellent. Well, depends on the time in July. Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays are pretty good. During the weekdays, less likely. But like I say, the cameras are streaming all the time. We've done the Spain one. How about this one? Now, this is slightly more expensive, this one, but it does take you all the way back to the port of Southampton. It is 35 nights in January. Some of these I've seen some prices like that do look quite tempting. But I'll have to try and get some time off. I normally like to go skiing in the beginning of January. But anyway, this is a great one. A couple of days at sea. Calls it Tenerife. A few more days at sea. And then Barbados, Martinique, and then St. Lucia, Curacao, Dominican Republic, Guadeloupe, then St. Kitts, St. Martin, St. John's, Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. And then on the way back, 6 days at sea. And on the way back, Playa de Victoria in the Azores, and then calling it at the wonderful port of Southampton. Now that's a lot of sailing on board. I noticed quite a big difference between the inside and outside pricing there for balconies, but I think that's because Ventura doesn't have as many balconies as some of the newer ships.
Red Eagle VTS, that's all copy, thank you. Norwegian Prima just approaching Esso, outward bound, clear channel. You've got the coral methane just on the west Brambleton there, outward bound to the east. And the Arvia is now backing out the ocean dock.
If that is a bit expensive for you, perhaps something on Iona in November. I think it's a great time to go away in November. You get some reasonably good weather in the Portugal Canary Islands. Look at that. 14 nights for only $899. 3 days at sea. Then Lanzarote in the Canaries. Las Palmas, Gran Canaria, Santa Cruz, La Tenerife. Funchal in Madeira, Cadiz in Spain, Vigo in Spain, La Coruna in Spain, and 2 days at sea. That's 2 days at sea to get there from La Coruna. Okay, well, enjoy your days at sea, I would say. That's from 899. Silver Seas, Silver Dawn. These are some of the more expensive ones, I think. Oh, we got a Silver Seas, Silver Dawn. Look at that. £6,840. Oh, I think it might require a lottery win there, or a couple of million subscribers. Either way, that's quite expensive for 12 nights. Interesting itinerary though. Portland, Liverpool, Holyhead in Wales, Belfast, Greenock in Scotland, Dunmore East, Cove, then Falmouth, St. Peter Port and Guernsey, and back to the port of Southampton. Real varied itinerary there. If you go for a Royal Suite, £14,240 per person. That's just not total. That's per person. £30,000 for 12 days at sea. You could buy a boat for that. Well, the shipmates at PJR said they were on Iona 2 weeks ago. It was amazing. Now they've booked up for Arvia in the summer of 27. Excellent, shipmate. You will notice they're very similar ships. I've been on both, and there are some subtle differences, but generally they are very similar. Arvia is designed more for the hotter climates, and Iona for the colder climates. Shipmate Bassman Bowman says, I'd want a much better itinerary than that for £7,000. £7,000. Yes, well, the thought did cross my mind, but I didn't want to say it. I've already was already told off by someone when I made a disparaging noise about visiting Falmouth. I didn't mean to. It's just it's not exotic, is it? It's not exotic like going to Toulon or Cadiz or somewhere somewhere in the Caribbean. Doesn't sound the same, does it? Falmouth. When the shipmate Peter Welch says, we'll be back on Arvia with partner, daughter, first time cruising for my sister, niece and nephew, memory of a mum whose last cruise on Arvia. We will have our flag ready. Well, that sounds like an important trip for you there, and we should look out for your flag.
So we know BT.
I'm just wondering what the weather's getting up to, personally. I think it's still quite windy. Yep, still gusting.
Sereno BTS, that's all copy, thank you. Your next job there, the MOL, down to the south about 6 miles. Titillo M is to the south of her. She's proceeding to the west of Nab Anchorage number 5. And you've got the yacht Challenger 1 just passing southwest of the tower, and should be west of the Outer Nab Buoys.
There we go. Decent amount of bow thrustering from Arvia today. Well, there's shipmate Rimmer says, Martin Coffin, shipmate says, are the 3 queens due in at the same time? Oh, good question. We've had 2 queens in a couple of times. I don't know if we get 3 queens in. I could have a quick look, I suppose. Might distract myself. It's a good question. I would like to see the 3 queens in. That would be something. Let's have a quick look. No. We had 2 queens in the other day. No. 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 In fact, it doesn't look like we're Nope. As far as no 3 queens this year, as far as I can tell. You can see the bow thruster there on Arvia churning up the water. She's slowly making her turn. Well, the shipmate Bruce Smith says they'll be on Iona in 20 days. We have a flag ready to take with us. Oh, excellent. There's a lot of flags, isn't there? Oh, flags P&O sign. Oh, from Carmen. Oh, all right, let's have a look. Sorry, I've been distracting myself. Let's have a look. What can I do here? Let's see if we can go up to the P&O side. Don't think I looked at the P&O side today. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. I see a flag. Right, okay. Oh, that's a challenge. Looks like... Oh, I really don't know. Got some waving going on there. What is that flag? Now that's a challenge. That is. Is that blue with a green stripe? Don't know. I definitely need some help in the chat for that one. Yep, that's a struggle for the poor old captain, that one is. Which actually does remind me. A mere 53 minutes into the broadcast. In case you're wondering, shipmates, hi, I'm the captain of the Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting you live and direct from Port Southampton. And I'm also very prompt with my banner. Oh, shipmate Angela thinks it's Derbyshire. Ooh, Derbyshire could be, couldn't it? I like your thinking there, shipmate. Tricky one, that. I think you might be right with Derbyshire. Still, I think it's Derbyshire.
Yeah.
Official calling VTS. Repeat your message, please. Arvia VTS has all received, and could you kindly provide a PC time when you can, please? Over.
Well, it's probably going to be about 50 minutes.
Arvia Southampton VTS has all received 50 minutes from now. Thank you.
I would say it's looking quite windy out today. It's certainly not the weather we've had recently. What are we looking at now? 18 degrees, 25 knots. Quite high humidity, though, 88%. But it's not like it has been. That's for sure. I don't know what the forecast is for the rest of the week. I've not actually looked. I should probably have a look and see what ships are also coming out next week. I'll put up the... Well, the shipmate James Ronan, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. No. There we go. Here's an Arvia cruise for you. Well, there's shipmate Jim. Hey, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing as well. I think we've got some interesting ships tomorrow, if memory serves me correctly. Yes, tomorrow we got two interesting, well, one interesting ship and one very interesting ship. The Ada Perla and the Seven Seas Grandeur. I do like the Seven Seas Grandeur. Maybe that... was that this one here? No. We got the Silver Dawn. Very similar type of ship. Well, shipmate Liam Mitchell, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. So we got, and then Tuesday, the Queen Mary 2. Wednesday, the Aurora. And then Thursday, we've got a cruise ship from the Cowes Triangle, which you can't really see. The Regal Princess. Friday, Arcadia and Britannia. Then Saturday, next Saturday, we're back to a Super Saturday with 5 departures. Britannia, Ventura, Iona, Celebrity Apex.
Yes, Red Falcon, shortly away from Royal Pier.
And Sky Princess. I think I said Britannia.
Red Falcon, Southampton, BTS has all received traffic information. Outbound traffic, the Arvia just passing the 38-9 berth, and the Norwegian Prima past the Hook Buoy. Outbound, both clear channel vessels. Over.
All copy, thank you.
Well, the shipmate Pim Little, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for becoming a member of the channel. Make your way down to the galley, grab yourself a mug of grog. Well, the shipmate David Selby, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing.
Also Star Southampton BTS.
Shipmate Annie Ann says loves the design of Ada Perla with the eyes and lips. That's true. I particularly like the Ada ships when it's a bit darker because they've got such a fantastic light show on board. They are absolutely phenomenal. Lights whizzing all over the place. Real disco at sea, those ships. As you can see, it's got a particularly grey and dull day. That's what I was looking at, was the weather forecast. I got distracted with ship movements. Captain's easily distracted that way. The weather forecast for the rest of next week is a bit sunny and cloudy. Oh yeah, a bit cloudy all week. Potentially a bit of rain. And then brighter next weekend. Okay, so typical British summer then. A bit of everything. That's how our summers go. Oh, Pim Little, just become a member, says, thank you for the channel. I've enjoyed watching all the ships visiting the port of Southampton. Excellent, shipmate. Glad you're liking the channel. Do you strive to bring entertainment to people? Not sure. Succeed all the time. Struggling with my morning broadcast. I need to do some more outside morning broadcast. Maybe I'll do an experiment this week. There's quite a lot of ships coming in this week. Maybe I'll try again. I need to work it out. Sometimes the technology, great though it is, it does like to fight one. Annie Ann says Queen Mary 2 still her favourite. Shipmate Fran Ailing thinks of Hyacinth Bouquet when the Queen was mentioned. A trip on QE2. I didn't see that episode. I can imagine. Quite hilarious. Good view over on Cruise Cam. Bottom left-hand corner screen, that's the Dutch warship there. Dutch frigate. I'm not sure how long she's in port for. It's unusual to see Navy military ships in here. Occasionally we do get them, but not like Portsmouth. Shipmate Lynn thinks we may get 3 or even 4 queens next year. Queen Elizabeth is coming back from Alaska to the Mediterranean season next year, so they may try and get them all together. No, I'd like to see that. That would be a great day. Well, the shipmate Michael Fletcher, welcome aboard, shipmate. Hey, thanks for subscribing. It's not the sort of view I want to see when I'm out in the water. Great big frigate bearing down on you. Well, the shipmate Andrew Rogers. Oh, good question from shipmate Andrew Rogers. What cruise would you recommend for a first-time cruiser? Oh, well, that's a good question, shipmate. I would say that potentially, I mean, it all depends on your budget and quite what you're after and if you have children. Now, let's assume you don't have children and you want to not spend a fortune when you first start cruising and you're English, or British, I should say, rather, and you're British and you like British things, you probably can't go too wrong with P&O. Now, P&O, Arvia, or Iona,
Arvia,
they are suited for the British market, British tastes, British palates, and they are, I would say, reasonably well priced. Very affordable indeed. If you wanted something perhaps that was a little smaller of a ship, more intimate, less people, the Ventura or the Arcadia or the Azura from P&O also very good. But I would suggest give Paul from Love Cruise a call and he'll sort you out. He'll direct you as to what you want. He'll find out what your needs are. Not your knees, your needs. What your needs are and point you in the right direction. It all depends, really. But there's certainly, especially if you're near to the port of Southampton, there are a number of different lines that cater for all sorts of different tastes. And if budget is no problem, then, book up on the Silver Sea, Silver Dawn. One of the many premium ships that come to visit here in the port of Southampton. Ooh, look at that. I'd like to get on board the warship. Do you think they might give the captain a tour? Oh, I think we can see the name of it down there. Well, I've been struggling with the name of the ship. I struggle with the names of most things, but especially with Dutch names. Zermis de Ruyter. Something like that, anyway. Well, the shipmate Stephen Richards. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Perhaps he'll help me with my Dutch pronunciations. Let's have a look. I'll see if we can find Iona on the screen. Oh, there she is. Yep. As you can see, it's really windy out there. Clouds are rocketing past. A little patch of blue sky that's brightening up. I suppose there's the potential that we might get a decent sunset this evening, but I wouldn't put money on it. It's too cloudy, I think. I don't know. Let's have a look, see where Norwegian Prima is. I think she's probably... Yeah, she's headed round Cowshot Spit. Headed round Bramble Bank. Down towards the forts. Let's get Cow's Cam up. See if I can get her on Cow's Cam when she comes past later. In fact, it's still looking... Sorry, this could be rain, couldn't it? Well, there's hints of rain over there. Right, I'm not sure when I shall be live next. I'll try and do some more morning ones. Quite handy they were. Let's see, tomorrow morning. No, it doesn't really work. Tuesday morning. Yeah, maybe. How about next Saturday morning? Because we'll have 5 in next Saturday morning.
Station calling Southampton VTS.
Oh, that might do that, actually. Next Saturday, we've got 3 ships arriving at 5:45, one at 6:30, and the other one undecided. That would be quite something, wouldn't it? I don't think I've done a Saturday morning broadcast. Have I done Saturday? I don't remember.
Arrow Southampton VTS has all received traffic information. The Coral Methane is passing Mother Bank outbound, and the Norwegian Prima Bourne Gap in the Thorn Channel also proceeding outbound. Over. Coral Methane, Southampton VTS.
Coral Methane's the bunkering vessels for Arvia and Iona.
Coral Methane, Southampton VTS information. The vessel Arrow at the forts is slow steaming, has not yet been given clearance to enter the bar channel. She said she'll slow steam to maintain steerage, and she may require to do a round turn. Over.
It's certainly windy out there. Yeah, so maybe next Saturday. Looks like there could be a good one next Saturday to do a morning departure. Maybe I'll do something during the week. I'll see how it goes. Or maybe I'll do a few evening ones during the week. See how that goes. Well, the shipmate D says they're on Arvia in this August for 2 weeks. Mediterranean cruise, after deck 12, extended balcony cabiny deck. Woohoo! Alrighty. Pretty fancy stuff. No, I've lost control of Cow's Cam for some reason. There we go. Sometimes these cameras are very difficult to control for no real reason why. There we go. Cow's Cam's normally very well behaved. No, come on, Cow's Cam. Behave yourself. Well, the shipmate Eva said, will you be going live next weekend? Yes, next weekend, because there's a Super Saturday. We've got 5 ships departing next Saturday, and then just 1 on the Sunday. I may not do the Sunday, but certainly do the Saturday, because we've got 5 on the Saturday. On the Friday as well, we've got Arcadia and Britannia at 4 and 4:15. So if I'm back in time, I shall follow those as well. Well, the shipmate Nicholas Source is very windy. One of the boats down our way has pulled a block of concrete out of the dockside. Gosh. Yeah, it is. It's surprisingly gusty. It's not what you'd expect this time of year, really. Well, the shipmate CS28 says, not a brilliant string, Captain. Thanks all involved. Indeed. Thank you, shipmates. Indeed, like if you haven't subscribed, please do think about subscribing. Hit that notification bell, and then when I go live, you'll be notified, because I could be live, could go live at any time. Really, it's it all depends if I can get back in time. Sometimes, although if I'm not too busy, I'll try and do some more live streams. Try and do some more morning ones. So I know a few of you have liked the morning ones. Where is Norwegian Prima then? She's got to be getting pretty close to... Oh, yeah, she's coming around the turn now. So there's... Oh, there's the red jet shooting past. Yeah, look at this. All boats are rocking around out there. These are the boats, the cruisers down at the Netley Cliff Sailing Club. They're on their swing moorings there. They're bouncing around. Well, the shipmate Lynn, wow, it says this time next year they're on Queen Mary 2 for 21 nights. Transatlantic. Oh, Transatlantic for America's 250th Independence Day celebrations. Oh, that's right. I've seen that. I was very tempted to join in that. There's a whole lot going on, isn't there? Yeah, I'm very tempted to get on board that myself. Yeah, you've reminded me. I wonder if I could, because that'll be the 4th of July. And I think there's all sorts, it's all coordinating, isn't it, over in, is it just all of the Eastbourne, or I can't remember now. There's definitely something pretty good. Can't remember if it's just in New York or Boston or somewhere. There's a whole regatta thing going on, all sorts going on.
UKDC line, Southampton BTS. UKDC line, Southampton BTS, all received, thank you.
Well, there should be CS28. It says that Sunday the steamship Shield Hall is going to go up the River Medina. Blimey, I didn't know the River Medina was big enough for Shield Hall. I mean, she's quite a big vessel. Does she go up and then revert? She could turn around in the Medina. Well, I guess it's relatively wide in places. Don't know. Looks like a tight fit to me.
Jet 6, Southampton BTS, answer yes, it's safe to do so. Over. Red Eagle, Southampton BTS, repeat your message, please.
Ah, that's it. Shipmate Lynn's coming back in. Yes, she had an email saying that Queen Mary 2 is part of her flotilla into New York Harbour. I thought that was it. I thought there was a whole lot of celebrations going on.
Red Eagle BTS is all received. Thank you.
That's going to be quite the trip to remember that. I'm sure I read there's all sorts going on, all sorts of vessels and air displays and all sorts of things. So it's quite a celebration. I think you've chosen well there, shipmate. I wonder if there'll be many spaces left.
Arvia, Southampton BTS, that's received. I'll pass the message on. Thank you.
Well, the shipmate Daisy Liz, am I going to be live next Sunday? Possibly. There's only one ship next Sunday. Next Sunday it's going to be Independence of the Seas. I'm not quite sure. At the moment, it's uncertain as to what time she'll be departing. So I'm uncertain if I'll be live, if that makes sense. Oh, ship CS28. Yes, she's already been at the Medina, turns above the floating bridge. Yeah. I can see what you're saying. Probably because it does widen up, doesn't it? Beyond the marinas, up near where Blade Runner 2 moors up. I guess that's fairly wide up there because what Blade Runner 2 is 75 metres long. How long's Shield Hall? Shield Hall's got to be sort of size. Shield Hall's 82 metres long. Yeah, so if Blade Runner 2 could get up there, no problem. It just seems like quite a small river to be taking Shield Hall. Oh, look at that. In the very distance there, we can actually see Norwegian Prima. Just about. It's because the visibility is not too good today. It's a little bit hazy. Definitely windy. I can hear on the outside microphone. Very windy indeed. Well, the shipmate Dean Jellybean says in 3 weeks' time I'll be on Iona holding my flag by the P&O sign. Keep a lookout for. All right, I will certainly keep a lookout for your ship, mate. If I don't see you, just drop a message in the chat, and then if I don't see it, one of the spanners will normally see it and pester me about it. Sometimes people always start flying flags when I start looking the other way. Or if you want to come along to our group cruise, it's on the 14th of October on Sky Princess. 5 nights over to Hamburg and back. 2 days in Hamburg, 1 night in Hamburg. That's the 14th of October. Or if you have any other cruising needs, just contact Paul from Love Cruise. Yes, it's quite windy out there. Not a lot of pleasure activity going on. I think the weather's been so good lately that all of the pleasure watercraft users have decided that not to bother today. Excellent blue spanner Hades. He's going on Iona in 5 weeks' time. Hopefully he'll give us a wave. Maybe he'll take a flag. Never know. Just waiting for Prima to come over on Cow's Camp. It's going to be happening soon. As you can see, that visibility is not brilliant. Oh, there we go. I thought it would be happening soon. There we go. There is Prima slicing away through Southampton water. Trying to get the Cow's Camp to work, but okay, it's working now. Gosh, I'm not sure what's wrong with Cow's Camp. It's had a little funny 5 minutes there. Well, you can see that tree blowing around. I almost go as far to say it looks like it's brightening up there over in the Solent. Norwegian Prima, she's off on a 11-day one-way cruise to Reykjavik. Calling it Zeebrugge in Belgium, Amsterdam in the Netherlands, Bergen in Norway, Geiranger in Norway, Ålesund in Norway, Akurey in Iceland, Ilsefjord in Iceland, Reykjavik in Iceland, and then actually overnighting in Reykjavik, so you get a night in Reykjavik on board. Then you'll have to try and fly home after that, unfortunately. Oh, thanks. Excellent spanner destination. Those also keeping me informed with this. Passenger and crew numbers 3,314 passengers on Norwegian Prima and 1,446 crew. Yes, I think it's starting to brighten up. I can see a bit of sun coming on to the stern of Iona now. There she goes, slipping off on her way to Zeebrugge. Next stop, Zeebrugge. Now, if you've got some really good eyesight and some patience, because unfortunately the wind, Netlycam is prone to unusual wind directions. This is one of them, and it does tend to bloat and wobble it around somewhat. But if you've got patience and you can look into the background, you can just see Norwegian Prima. She'll be just coming out from the bow of Iona. In fact, I think I could just see her. Quite difficult. Not the easiest. And Iona, she's Arvia, I mean. Arvia confused. Arvia's off on a 14-day round trip. Spain and France. Calling in at La Coruna in Spain, Malaga in Spain, Alicante in Spain. And then, as she's gone round the country of Spain, popping in to Toulon in France, in Provence. And then Barcelona in Spain, then Cadiz in Spain. Then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. That's 14 days on board there. That will give you some idea. And that's a 7-night on board Arvia, but give you an idea on pricing there. And you actually, we just about see Prima in the distance. Right, shipmates, hope you've enjoyed that one. I shall be back. Well, I'm not sure when I'll be back. Definitely next Friday or Arcadia and Britannia, because they're leaving at 4 and 4:15. Definitely next Saturday. It's Super Saturday. We've got 5 ships departing. And in between that, I'm not entirely sure. But I might well do Tuesday with Queen Mary 2. And maybe Monday tomorrow, because we've got Ada Perla and Seven Seas Grandeur. But there's a big time gap between them, which is rather unfortunate. So I may or may not do that, depending on what's going on. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one, shipmate. Many thanks to all my subscribers, PayPal donors, patrons, members of the channel, and of course, most of all, the Blue Spanner crew, who are very helpful in this live stream and all the other live streams, especially when I miss things and forget things. Always my way. Right, until next time, shipmates.